For News Over Coffee, I'm Local 4 News Director Mike Mickle, and we are talking about flooded fields today. We have a wealth of knowledge gathered around this table, and the conversation has been great so far. You know, normally in your industry, we sort of look at the Mississippi River as your friend because it's a great way to transport what you grow. This year, that has not been the case. Talk to me about some of the setbacks you've had.
Well, it's been a struggle. You know, I mean, we rely on the inland waterways to be our most efficient way to transport grain, whether it be fuel, moving the product, the amount of fuel, or just savings for transportation costs. This year, not the case. Our rivers normally would open up to navigation by the 15th of March, and that's when we'd start loading barges to go down to the Gulf for export. With the river being flooded, we have not seen any barges come up from St. Louis yet, and you know, here we are mid-June, and we haven't been able to move any product out. So all of our river terminals right now are full because we had such a large crop last year, and because of the trade issues with China last year, we didn't move out as many soybeans as normal. And now I have grain that I need to deliver that I've already sold to the river terminals, and I have not been able to deliver because we haven't seen barges. We can't, everybody's full. And that's a real impact. One, on my cash flow, and two, we're dealing with, we could not get fertilizers brought up on the barges this spring, so we had incurred more transportation costs because we had to get it by rail or by semi-truck. And then the next concern is, can we move the crop out in the shortened transportation window we have? Normally we transport on the river for 9 months, and now we're down to about 5 months of transport, and there's only so many barges on that river, and when you have X amount of barges and a lot less time, how do we move the crop out of the area to make room for the new crop?
Well, you said something interesting. You had to change your marketing plan. What did you mean by that?
Where our farm is located, we're about 10 miles off the Mississippi River. And so the vast majority of our crop normally goes through the routes that were just described. Well, one of the nice things anyway is that I ended up having to change that plan, and I've been moving a lot more to the ethanol plants. And that has at least allowed me to bring some cash into the farming operation, because until you deliver the grain, even though you've got it sold, you're not going to get the check for it. And so by doing that, it kind of helped me balance things out. So we're very fortunate in the fact that we do have some other avenues, but if you're locked into contracts with a river terminal, you know, that's where you've got to deliver the grain, and you're kind of stuck that way. So I had some flexibility in my marketing plan that allowed me to do this. Now, part of that is, you know, we've got the local basis situation, and, you know, so I lost a few cents that way, but it brought some cash back into the operation to smooth things out a little bit over these months when I can't deliver through my normal channels.
That's great. And Zane, at least the river levels continue to drop.
They have been continuing to go down. When we were looking at projections as of late, the Mississippi, at least in this part of the world, was actually looking to get below flood stage, actual flood stage, maybe next week, finally. But then as the flood wave progresses obviously further south, you got to get it all the way out of the Midwest and before you can really start to get any traffic back up this direction.
I thought I heard angels sing when you said below flood stage. It seems like it's been so long. We're certainly ready for that. We've got a lot more conversation to have around this table, but right now, let's get more on the weather with my friend Ash Simpson. Hi, Ash.
Good morning, Mike. Yeah, really good news here today. It is a drier day, and we're kind of looking at a drier pattern here over the next week and a half. Temperature-wise, yesterday was very nice. We did get rain yesterday, about 4/10 of an inch or so, right around there. 69 was the high temperature, nice and cool. Now this morning, most of us sitting in the upper 40s and lower 50s as we move into this drier day today. A very dry one with lots of sunshine outside. High pressure going to really dictate the weather weather for us today, giving us that sunshine, creating a very pleasant day for us. Enjoy it because we do have a few weekend showers on the way for us. But like I said, it's a drier pattern. It's not a dry pattern, but drier, which means it's not going to be super rainy. We're just going to see some light scattered stuff here over the next week. We're also going to stay in the 80s through the next week as well, which is right on par for what June is supposed to feel like. Right now, our average high temperature is supposed to be in the lower 80s, right around 82 or so. Today, we're nowhere near that. Lower 70s feel more like April, but we'll be right back into closer to average stuff as soon as tomorrow. We're going to stay that way over the next week or so as well. So really good news for us here. Lower 80s through the weekend. Again, a few chances for a little light rain. We'll see a few chances for a little light rain through late next week as well. But overall, we're not complaining too much here. Clear skies today. Things will be drier, and that river should continue to drain out really well. We're actually going to stay mostly dry today. Tomorrow, lots of sunshine outside. We're sitting in moderate flood stage now. We'll stay in moderate flood stage through the weekend as well, as we have these clouds built in with the chance for a sprinkle Friday, maybe an isolated shower overnight Friday going into Saturday. But overall, with only just a little bit of rain expected, I'd say anywhere near maybe a quarter to half an inch really at most for us through the weekend. We should drop back down to minor flood stage by Sunday, so some very good news there for us. 72 today. Tonight we're back down into the lower 50s, so a nice cool night for us as well, with clear skies outside before those clouds build in tomorrow. And then we'll see some partly cloudy skies over the next week with a chance for a little light rain and temperatures getting back into the lower 80s and staying there. Time now is 6:46. You're watching Local 4 News this morning.